Hey guys, it's Hugh here coming at you live from the Batcave, and I'm feeling a little guilty because I forgot to press the record button on the USM live call that I just finished about 45 minutes ago, and I wanted to make sure everyone gets this information, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this video for you to just lay out everything that I laid out in the live call that I forgot to record, because it's some pretty important stuff in kind of a pretty momentous upgrade for everyone in this membership, and I just want to make sure you got all the deets. So what I want to tell you about is that I'm rolling out only for my USM users. I'm rolling out my new flagship platform, which I call TheWorkz. And TheWorkz is going to be your foundation for marketing going forward. Now, I do admit we are very early in the game right now, and not everything is enabled. In fact, we have limited functionality, which I'm going to explain, but that's going to be just taking off and blossoming and blooming in the upcoming days. So the whole idea is that TheWorkz is going to be your main platform. And I'm sure you're tired of entering profiles, entering logins, authorizing apps, and all that stuff. So TheWorkz is basically your one-stop shop for all your profiles, your authorizations, your connections, and not only that, you'll be able to access all your Web Dimensions cloud-based software directly from TheWorkz without having to log into them all. So I don't want to send keys out willy-nilly to everyone that's on the list of members in this group. So what I want you to do is just email our customer service, and it's support@instantcontentcurator.com, and either myself or Tareem will cut your key for TheWorkz, your login, and send it to you so you can get in here and get started. Now let me just show you what we've got going on in here. First of all, you see we've got three basic things: adding a software, a profile, and a connection. We've got software, profiles, and connections. The software is specifically the Web Dimensions software. So you can basically add, for example, your TheWorkz license to TheWorkz, and then you can directly log into TheWorkz just by clicking a link in TheWorkz. You can log into TheWorkz. Now we have this set up for LinkWorks. This is a new one that's coming. TapVids, TwitWorks, VidWorks, and Webinar Alpha. So if you go to My Software, so all I have to do is add your email and your license key and register it with TheWorkz, and then it's going to show up as a clickable link that you can just log into that software. Here's the screen where you're going to do that. So you can see I've had a few added already. So wherever I have an email address displaying, that indicates that I have a login to that software. For example, VidWorkz, all I have to do is just click login. Can't see that. Let me scroll that up a bit. So you can see I've got this login link down here, and you just click login, and bingo, you are logged in. And that also works for Webinar Alpha, TwitWorks, the new one, TapVids, LinkWorks, and basically everything that I produce from now on. It's going to be a cloud-based app, including I'm going to be creating basically a cloud-based version of ICC Express that's coming. And so all that will be accessible from here. And the other benefit of it is that you'll be saving your profiles. And the profiles consist of, the title of your business, some keywords, description, logo, website URL, keywords. I think I said keywords already, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that's attached to your profile. And I'm sure you're tired of entering the same stuff into different software over and over again. And the idea here is that we're going to do it once, and your profile will be generated from TheWorkz. You'll add your title, your keywords one time, and that will become the basis for all the marketing throughout all the software. So you'll basically be coordinating your marketing from a single profile. Settings and so forth. So that when you use our other software, you're going to be able to just use the profile that you've created here on TheWorkz rather than having to enter and re-enter the same data over and over again every time you use a new software. I also want to mention that I have just basically created this new software for you called TheWorkz, which used to be a plugin. And we had a couple what I call early adopters using the plugin, enough for me to figure out that it was going to be much better as a SaaS, an SaaS, software as a service. So I've created that software. So let me just go ahead and log into TheWorkz for you and just show you that, because you've got this now as well. If you're in the USM, which you probably are if you're watching this video, you already probably have a key for TheWorkz, and that key will work to get into the SaaS as well as the plugin. If you are considering using a plugin, don't use the plugin. Here is TheWorkz. Okay, so see, I logged into TheWorkz. What TheWorkz does, at this time, it has one fundamental function, but I'm going to be adding a lot more to it. The fundamental function is that it monitors your blog for new posts, and when a new post is published, it creates a video based on the post and then uploads it to the connections that you've saved in TheWorkz that you've assigned. And I haven't gotten to the connection part yet, but I will in a second. So TheWorkz, for example, if you want to add a new blog, all you have to do is see you've got your Works profiles here. All you have to do is just load the defaults. So you've got everything already loaded. And that comes from TheWorkz, where I've already saved that as a profile here. This is how all our new software is going to be working from now on. Now, in addition to the profiles, you also have what I call connections. Connections are basically the authorizations that you've created for various Web 2.0 sites such as YouTube, Flickr, Dailymotion, Vimeo, Twitter. Amazon S3 is also a connection that we have in here that's probably one of the more important ones that you want to start out creating. You can create a connection just by clicking on it. Some of these don't work, most of them work. All the videos are finished. All of these except Pinterest and Instagram, which will be in soon. Scripty isn't there yet, but will be soon. The blog section is not done yet, but basically I've started with all the video uploadings, which are YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, Flickr, also Facebook, Twitter, and again, I haven't finished Instagram. That's coming. So you can create any new connection just by clicking here. Some of them are a matter of saving data that you create. For example, I want you to create your own Twitter app and then put the tokens in for that. For Facebook, it's actually a log through OAuth authorization, and the same is true for YouTube. For example, you go to add a Facebook account and it's going to go through the process of giving permissions to your app on Facebook and so forth. And then we capture the token, we save it in TheWorkz, And then we can use that same token for all of our apps. See, what you're going to do is put in your app nickname, client ID, and client secret, and then you're going to go through the process of giving permissions to that app. You have to create the app from Facebook first. Same is true for Twitter and LinkedIn and Flickr. I'm going to have to create more detailed training for all of those. But in terms of the video, YouTube clicks through, Facebook clicks through, Vimeo requires an app that you create and get upload permissions. Dailymotion is just a login and password. Flickr, you create an app on Flickr and put your app in here and then give it permissions. And then we have the authorization. Once you do all that, you never have to do it again. That's going to be the real benefit here. So it seems like a lot of work now, but once you do this, you're just not going to have to worry about it again in other software. And we'll be creating a lot of new software to take advantage of all of these things. So each one of these connections is actually an authorization that gives you the permission to use the API or the back-end process to upload a video or upload a picture or post something on these channels. So you can authorize as many YouTube channels as you want. I just say don't authorize the same one twice. That's the whole reason why we do this, so you don't have to. And you can also do the same with Vimeo, which is, like I said, that's an app, and so on and so forth. So then once you do have some profiles and some connections saved, then you're going to want to start organizing them into groups. So you notice I have 4 YouTube channels saved here. One is German Shepherds, Jim Franklin, SEO Lunatic. This one didn't get saved correctly. It was when I was just playing around. But those are 4 different channels, so I don't want to send, for example, I don't want to have videos of SEO going on to German Shepherds, and I don't want videos of German Shepherds going into SEO. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here, Manage Connections, and for example, I'll go to the German Shepherds profile that I've created. And so now I've clicked on the Managing Connections for this profile, and once I get here, you'll notice I have 2 lists. The list on the left contains all the connections that have not been already connected to this profile. So if I wanted to add another connection, I could do that simply by clicking the connection on the left hand side and then clicking this arrow and then clicking the Save button. So now what that means is that I've already given permissions for that YouTube channel, and now I've connected it to that profile, which is all about German Shepherds and has German Shepherds keywords. And then I can go to, say, TheWorkz, and I connect my German Shepherds channel. And then that's going to create videos. So how would I do that? So I'm going to go to Add Blog here. And in the TheWorkz profile, I'm going to select my German Shepherds profile that I've already created on the TheWorkz over here. Okay, I'm just going to click Load Defaults, and now I've got all this stuff loaded in, so I don't have to type it in again or copy and paste it. The only thing missing is the feed URL. So it's a way you can sort of manipulate this to get everything. And now what I'm going to do is, since I've loaded the URL from the default profile, I'm now going to parse that meta. And with any luck, we should end up with an RSS feed right here. There we go. So it will get the feed from the WordPress data most cases. If for some reason it doesn't get the feed, you'll need to enter that in and make sure it's the correct feed address or it won't work. And then you're going to save it. Once you save it, you're going to be given the option to make a few changes to how the videos come out. You might want to disable processing it until you're done. And that will just sort of make sure that it's not creating videos until you're ready. And you have different kinds of visual options to choose from. You can do a motion background video with the screen cap of your blog, stationary background made up by your blog, random niche images that you select the image and you can choose from those. You can also add the random images with the blog screen cap, and it will create videos based on your choice. And then we'll post them to the channels that you've got connected to that profile in TheWorkz. So you see everything that's here. Now it's not going to post to S3. It may use S3 for various things. We could also create it so that it actually saves your video to S3. For that, we're planning to actually give you the option to do that. So that's actually why you would add the S3 to the account. Then we would use that to store your videos on your S3 rather than ours. It has to be stored somewhere when we create videos, so that's why we have S3. So that's more of a storage channel, and the Flickr, YouTube, and other YouTube, which I'm going to remove actually, those are more of just posting channels, whereas S3 is a utility type channel. So we have different connections for different purposes. So you would, in TheWorkz, then you can select your option for the type of video you want. You also turn on text to speech, and it will create a visual, it will create a text to speech of the blog post. And you want to select an audio option and then just save the options. So once you do that, then you could turn the enable processing back on, and when you create a new post on that blog, a video will be made and it will be posted to the connections that you have set up for that profile on TheWorkz. Okay, so you know that when you look at the editing of the profile, for example, I just go to click edit profile here. In the profiles list, you can see right here the TheWorkz profile is the one that's associated. So that's the one that's going to get the posting. I'm going to create a page on TheWorkz so you can see, you can monitor which ones are targeted. And also the tracking will show you the videos that got posted, where they were posted. You'll be able to review them and everything. The text data that's in these fields, now they're propagated from TheWorkz, but you don't have to keep them the same. You can change them and put a lot more stuff in there. I suggest you make it more than this. I'm just sort of testing 7 or 8 keywords, and or less, it's up to you. And then this text data, along with your website URL, will be used along with material from the blog post to create text that goes along with the video posts when they are auto-posted. Sort of have to use it a bit to get a feel for how it works, but that's how that works. So I've gone over the software interfaces, the profiles and what they do, the connections, what they are, and how to connect them. There really only are these 3 actions in TheWorkz. You're going to add your registered software, you're going to create a profile, and you're going to create a connection. And then the one final step, which is on this menu, which is to associate the connection with the correct profile, which I did show you. In fact, it's right on this page right here. So that's it. So I'm going to let you go with that for now. Once again, I hope you want to get involved with this. The more people using it, the better. Like I said, we're in the early stages. There's a ton more work to be done. But the more people that I have on this right now, the more I can really help smooth out the links and figure out what you guys want and make it what you want. I think this is going to be extremely powerful. It's going to be the same kind of system that people are out there doing webinars charging thousands of dollars for once it's done. So stand by. It's you out. I'll talk to you soon.